Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week we're testing out running gloves and see if they work for a good cycling glove or not. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at a pair of winter running gloves and seeing if they would work as a good pair of winter cycling gloves. So one of the biggest questions I get come in the winter time is, what do I wear? What do I even use for riding my bike in the winter time? And one of those always comes down to gloves. Your fingers are one of the first things to really get cold and start to freeze, and you don't really like your fingers when they're frozen. So gloves are a big thing come winter time. So in a previous video we talked about ski gloves and whether ski gloves made a good winter cycling glove or not. And so today we're back with another glove from my friends at Shoe, who sent me out a pair of winter running gloves here. So I have never run in the winter. I'll be honest, I've never run in the winter. It was too cold outside to be running. Unless you're in Hawaii when winter is not that cold. So I've never really worn a pair of running gloves before, let alone a winter pair of running gloves. So I really want to test them out and see whether these would work or not, and whether this is a good option for winter cycling. So, kind of cool thing here, they connect together so you can keep them nice and together. Just to pop the little clip apart, and they come separate from each other. So, first thing I'll say is they are very lightweight feeling. They're very light. They feel about like my normal gloves I would ride my mountain bike with. Pretty on the day to day. That's why I wear my mountain bike with. They feel about the same weight as those. For winter, these guys probably aren't waterproof. To be honest with you, most winter gloves are not waterproof for cycling. So probably not going to be waterproof here, but they do have kind of a good feel to them. I feel like they would repel water some, but not be waterproof. On the bottom here, we do have some nice kind of a rubberized grip here. So there's rubber kind of on the grip. Rubber on the fingertip, except for the pointer finger and the thumb. That's because these guys are supposed to be touchscreen capable. We'll test that out. So let's go ahead, we'll try these guys on. I don't know. So these guys are the large size is what they have here. Kind of a different sizing, their ski gloves, but these are the large size. So let's go ahead, we'll put that guy on there. So it is a very tight fitting glove, I will say that. So you can kind of see my fingers, yep, right at the end of all of those. Kind of a nice feeling glove. It comes up on the wrist quite a bit. My wrist is right here, so it does come up quite a bit on the wrist. I'd like that. It's also very secure on the wrist, so you don't have to worry about wind or anything really getting down there. You can move your hand. One of my biggest complaints with the ski gloves was you couldn't bend your second knuckle here and actually put the brake on. Okay, they actually feel pretty good. Let's stick the other one on. They feel very lightweight. They feel very skin tight. Kind of a nice feature there. I had to throw this guy on here. I kind of dig these. Okay, so they definitely work. You definitely can move your fingers around. Like I said, they're very tight on your hands. I kind of like the feel of that. I don't want something that's really big and bulky most of the time when I'm out riding, just because bigger and bulkier means it's kind of harder to do certain things. I also kind of like the, ooh, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but that's pretty cool. And on the inside it does something too. I don't know how to show you guys that. There you go, kind of. So, kind of cool gloves. So like I said, these are supposed to be touchscreen capable. So, and there we go. Totally touchscreen capable. What about the thumb? Let's see. Thumb. Okay, thumb doesn't really work. That's okay. You got your pointer finger. It works pretty good. So, today we're going to test these guys out. We're going to take them out on the Poseidon Norton, which is kind of your standard flat bar bike. Has flat bars, has brake levers, dropper post, shifter, has everything you would normally do on a bike. So we can test to see how well these actually work in a real application. Now for me in the winter, most of them are riding my fat bike back there, which is a single speed, but it doesn't have any brake levers, shifters, anything like that. So we really got to test these out and see if they work. Now obviously here in Reno right now, it's middle of September, so it's not exactly the coldest. Obviously I'm in a short sleeve shirt still, so it's not exactly the coldest. Today it is a whopping 54 degrees outside. Woo! Not the coldest, not the hottest, but we do have a little bit of a breeze outside, so we'll definitely be able to see if these hold up to wind and if they're wind resistant at all, or if they'll freeze your hands off in the wind. So let's go give these a shot. Let's throw on my helmet here. Let's put you guys on my head. See how it actually feels. See how these actually work riding a bike. Okay, so how are these guys faring here? So they feel pretty good. Like I said, they're nice and tight on your fingers. So I actually like the feel of them a lot better. And a lot of gloves, they feel like a cycling glove. So if you grab the grips, they're nice and secure. I bet as secure as you'd get on a normal pair of gloves, so they definitely work there. Feel pretty solid. Let's see, activating our brakes. Let's see here. Feel nice and super solid. Now that is one thing, these don't have any, like they have rubberized grip on every finger except for your index finger, which on a bike is the one you'd use to use your brake levers. So, alright, so they don't have much grip there. So at least for my particular brake levers, they don't like to, you know, they slide off kind of easily. Nothing too bad. I mean, you just put your other finger, if you use 2-finger braking instead of 1, you know, you have grip on your fingers, so you're good there. Shifting, that feels pretty good. Okay, shifting feels good. Dropper post, down we go, up we go. Yeah, I like the feel of these. They feel just like a normal pair of gloves. As for wind, I don't feel it that much. They actually feel pretty good. I think they're doing a pretty good job of cutting the wind. They're not freezing cold and they're not super duper hot. They're nice and comfortable is what they are. Not too bulky. You feel good. They go up your wrist quite a bit, keeping your wrist warm, but still allow that movement that you need when you're on your bike. Then you kind of bend your wrist some. Obviously not much protection, you know, if you're taking these mountain biking, but you know, they definitely aren't bad for cycling gloves. So let's go talk about them inside. Talk pros and cons, see how they did as a cycling glove. All right, so winter running gloves, do they work good as a winter cycling glove? I think they did pretty freaking awesome, honestly. So pros, they fit really tight, they feel really good, they're not over padded or anything like that. They actually have really good insulation on the inside. I don't know if I showed you guys or not, but they actually have very good, like soft, super soft insulation in there. It's not too thick so you lose feeling of all of your controls and your cockpit and everything, but really soft and warm inside. My hand is actually warm now that I think about it. Now that it's out of the glove, I can really tell my hand was nice and toasty in there. Another pro, they have grip on the palm as well as at least 3 of the fingers. It makes a big difference when you're on your bike. They're going to grip the handlebars really good, which I think helps quite a bit. Along with they're kind of a sleek design. It's kind of just plain black with a little bit of a white logo on the outside. They're kind of neat. I'm betting that's actually reflective, which would make sense. These are running gloves, so if you're running, kind of like this. So if you're running, you're kind of like this, so your hand is on the outside. So yeah, that's probably reflective on the outside. That's why it's kind of that silverish look and why it looks like it does. So cool design, little reflective details on there, kind of nice. So cons, there's only a couple really. I mean, one is going to be if you're using these for mountain biking, there's not much protection up here. So if you're to crash on these, they're probably done. They're probably not gonna stand up to a crash just because there's not much protection on anything. These are, again, a pretty thin glove, and you just don't have, like, you know, your armor on your hands there. Second thing is you just don't have grip on your thumb and your index finger, which I get why, because, you know, touchscreen capable, so you want, you know, to be able to do your touchscreen on your phone or whatever, your Garmin or whatever you got. Those are kind of your main fingers when you're cycling. You know, brake lever with your one finger and shifter with your right finger, and then dropper post and brake lever right there. So they kind of use those. So I mean, I get why. It's not the worst thing in the world. I kind of wish there was a little bit of grip, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So do these make a good winter cycling glove replacement for a winter running glove here? I'd say they definitely do. Now, I personally would use these on like a drop bar bike or a commuter bike. Again, something that you don't have the issue of potentially crashing on. I mean, obviously, like I said, if you were to crash on these your mountain bike, you're not going to have much protection there. So I like a little bit more protection, I feel like, for my mountain bike gloves, and maybe a little bit more breathability for my mountain bike gloves. But for like my road bike, gravel bike, commuter bike, these work really good. They're really lightweight. They keep your hands nice and toasty. Honestly, they look kind of natural. So I mean, you could wear these around the rest of your day too if you're commuting to work. You can wear these just outside walking around. I think they work really good. I think I'm going to use these. I think these are my new winter riding glove for my drop bar bikes. I think those are going to work pretty good. I think they're pretty neat. So if you guys are interested in checking out a pair of these winter running gloves, I'm going to have a link in the description down below. Check them out. Give these guys some love. Big thanks to a shoe for sending these out for me so I could test them out, show you guys, see if there's any options for different cycling gloves out there. Something you may have in the closet already, or something that may work a little bit better for your lifestyle. If you guys enjoyed the video or maybe learned something today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.